As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. They begin the drive with Williams. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 23-yard line.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Play action. It's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards there, just like last play. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On second down, Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now Mahomes. No hesitations. They go right back to Kelce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, Charles, look, and this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and they're on back-to-back plays. We're seeing that on display. And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out. Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Go 14.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, check back, Mike 6. Keep it up, defense, keep it up.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Rush in.
Up the middle they go. Goodson. And some room to roam now. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run on first down. Goodson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Tyler Goodson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go, let's do it. I'll be watching reps and I'm going to take you to school.
Mahomes now on first down. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Slant route, that's complete to Travis Kelce. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make our score 14-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They go play action now. Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. At the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, check back, 6.
To throw is Wilson. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Play action. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
They gave it a shot with the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Nice 13. He's coming. Check in. I got one. Tempo.
Back to throw. Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
On first down, Goodson. And he's got some space here. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Right back to him on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They go play action with Wilson. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Again, Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Carlos Dunlap picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting the sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it, so what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy, because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There's some trust in there. There's also some hope.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 26-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. It's Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Frank Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got it to the 43 here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then at the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 92 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yep. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
offense at the line, ready to go. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Well, one win, but a good